a lot of people want to know, is it worth polishing your pistol barrel? So that's what we're going to go over. I'm going to give you a quick review of what I think. I've got about 300 rounds through this since last weekend when I polished it. Haven't cleaned it, haven't touched it. I literally just took it out of the gun. So we're going to, I guess, inspect it and then see how easily it cleans up and polishes back to the way it was. First off, on the very top, I'm very impressed with the way that the top of the chamber withheld any markings. Most of you know, and you could see it on the barrel before I polished it. You could see some markings on there from when the slide would come back and forth, especially on this front edge. And you can't really see any on there. It looks pretty much just like it did prior to any firing. It's got the same sheen. It's very polished. It's clean. For the most part, it held up very well. I was very impressed with that. If we look towards on the front of the barrel, you can see the markings from where the front of the slide on there slightly. They're actually a little bit worse in person. As the barrel protrudes through the front of the slide, that's what's leaving those markings. So like I said before, as far as this part here, I'm very impressed with how there's not much markings on top of the chamber. Where you do see some markings is on top of the barrel, from the barrel moving back and forth. So we're going to clean this barrel, see how well it cleans up, and on top of that we'll put a little polish on it and see how easily those kind of markings around the end of the barrel come off. So I will say one thing: the feel of this barrel after I polished it is very, very similar to that of a nickel boron bolt carrier group, which I have one. I'm actually going to clean that up in another video shortly, but it's very slick compared to, and in comparison to, the coating before. So the nitron coating, it holds up very well and it's very durable, but it's not extremely slick, which there's manufacturers out there that say their firearms don't need any lubricant. Anderson Firearms is one of the main ones. They say that their AR-15s can run without any lubricant at all, and a lot of that is the coating that they use plus the tolerances, but the coating aids in that. We'll clean this up, just get the loose stuff off first. Again, I'm not going to go into a full detail clean. I'm just kind of checking to see how well the carbon buildup that was on there comes off. For the most part, you can definitely, it comes clean very easily. You can still see the markings on the front, but just wiping it down, it kind of restores that shine to it instead of a little bit of luster that it had before. The carbon around the chamber came off very easily. There's a little bit stuck on there still, but again, all I did was wipe it. I don't have any solutions. I don't have any CLP or anything like that. I'm just wiping it. And that's kind of my main reason of doing this, was to make it easier to maintain, and hopefully the gun would run better. I mean, as long as the gun runs better and it's easier to clean, then I definitely think that polishing your barrel is definitely worth it. It's more than just an aesthetic thing. I've never had a pistol barrel that was polished before, but now that I have this one and it is polished, I'm very happy with not only the looks of it, but the actual performance of it. It holds up well. So I'm actually going to put a little more polish on it just to see if these marks come right off, just with a hand polish and a rag, and see if it kind of takes those marrings off of there. Just finished polishing this up. It took me about a minute and a half. I got a microfiber cloth, just used my finger, did twice on the barrel and twice on the chamber, and then used a dry spot to clean it up. And there's still maybe a couple little markings on the barrel itself right at the end there, but all those smaller ones that were up and down the top of the barrel are completely gone. I didn't really push hard. Like I said, it only took me less than 2 minutes to do the whole thing. The chamber looks great. In my opinion, this is completely worth it. You get a barrel that's easier to maintain. It looks great if you like the look. Some people don't like the look. But if you do, it looks great and it's functional. Anytime you can get something that's functional, it's going to make your weapon perform better, more reliable, easier to clean, easier to maintain. Definitely worth it in my book. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button or the like button, and feel free to leave some comments below.